Is it time for a price reduction? This is a question many Toronto sellers are currently battling with. With a slowdown in sales, many sellers are stressing over what steps to take to get their homes sold. In this video, I'll go over a recent Globe and Mail news article outlining what Toronto sellers are currently facing in today's real estate market and share some of the strategies that these sellers are thinking of taking to try and get their homes sold. Hi there and welcome. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Sonia Ramgobin, realtor with Remax Rural Properties servicing the Durham Region and GTA. So recent data shows that home prices have started to stabilize, and in some areas, prices have actually dropped. This is partly due to the rising interest rates, which make mortgages more expensive, and it also reduces buyers' purchasing power. In other words, how much a buyer can afford. On top of that, the economic uncertainties and inflation are also causing buyers to be a little bit more cautious. Even though there have been recent interest rate cuts, it doesn't seem that that's enough to get buyers into the housing market. Knowing this information not only gives us a better understanding of what potential buyers are going through, but it also gives us some perspective on why many sellers are confused on what they should be doing with their homes currently up for sale. In this Globe and Mail news article, many Toronto sellers have mixed feelings on what strategies to take to get their homes sold. Some sellers are afraid to reduce their price because they feel like it'll make them look desperate to sell, whereas there's other sellers that are not concerned about looking desperate, but just want buyers to show any type of interest so that they can at least have the opportunity to negotiate. There are also some Toronto sellers that are actually thinking of backing out altogether by taking their home off the market and thinking about relisting it in the fall. The article goes on to say that sellers are being encouraged to discuss a price improvement if their home has been sitting on the market for a long time. Looking at comparable sales in the neighborhood could help homeowners better understand if their price expectation is a reasonable one. However, some realtors are saying that not all sellers are willing to take a clear look at the data, but there are those that are really motivated to sell. They are the ones that seem to be more willing to see what the market is actually telling them. One thing that I think is important to note is that Toronto was one of the markets with a significant increase in supply in June. That means there's a lot of choices to choose from for buyers, which means sellers are in competition with a lot more homes. Another important thing to consider, if not the main thing to consider, is that Toronto is seeing homes sit on the market longer than some other cities, mainly because the homes in Toronto are priced higher. Homes listed in the 500,000 to 600,000 range in surrounding cities are selling really fast because that is the price point that many buyers can afford. So even if Toronto sellers price their homes correctly and show well, they may still have a harder time selling at this time because buyers simply can't afford homes in that price point. Based on the information from this article, there are many factors to consider when thinking of selling your home in Toronto right now. For some, it has been recommended that if homeowners can wait until the fall to list, they may be better off. Perhaps after some interest rate cuts, it'll allow more buyers to comfortably enter the market, but only time will tell. So keeping a close eye on the market activity will help sellers determine what best move to take. Thank you for tuning in. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions or comments, and I'll see you in the next video.